Right, so what we're going to be doing today is going through MyFitnessPal from start to finish as if you've never used the app ever before. And I'm going to be going through how to track, how to put in your calories from the moment you step onto the app to the moment you have absolutely everything set up and ready to go. This is the first screen you will be hit with when you go on to your MyFitnessPal app. So you can continue with Apple or Facebook, or you can just hit continue here. And the next thing it's going to ask you to do is pick your goal. So obviously, depending on your goal, that's what you're going to pick. I'm going to put in to maintain weight. It's going to ask you what your baseline activity is. So not very active, lightly active, active, or very active. You can pick whatever one is best suited for yourself. I'm going to go lightly active. I'm a male who is 24 years old now. I am getting old. That is not good. You're probably listening to this, probably like 24 is not old. That's so young. Thanks, but no thanks. I am 6'2". How much do I weigh? What do I weigh? We'll put in 14 stone. I'm pretty much 14 stone on the dot. We'll hit next, and then you put in an email address and a password. And it's collecting this information because MyFitnessPal will attempt to calculate your calories. It doesn't do it very well, but this is the basic information that it needs to let you into the app and get started from here. So this is going to be your MyFitnessPal home screen. There's not much to look at here. All you're going to be using this app for is tracking your calories, the amount of water you drink throughout the day, and that is literally it. You don't need to worry about the news feed or the plans or anything that kind of is along the bottom tab. All you need to worry about is how to track your calories effectively and quickly to make it as easy for you as possible, and how to go in and actually manually adjust your goals so that you're not stuck with the shitty amount of calories that MyFitnessPal give you from the start. So from the dashboard, you're going to go right across to more and you're going to hit goals. This is where we're going to manually adjust your calories to get them as close as possible to what they are on your program and your nutrition plan. They won't be absolutely perfect because MyFitnessPal are shit and they let you go and change it in 5 percentages rather than to the actual percent. So you'll be able to get your calories pretty close, but not absolutely perfect, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. So as you can see here, if you do not have the premium subscription option, which is a load of shite, the only thing you can go in and change is customize your default or daily goals, calories, carbs, fats, and protein. You're going to click on there and you're going to see it's giving me 2,730. But let's say my actual calorie target is 2,450. So if this is your calorie target from your nutrition plan, you're going to enter it into here. You're then going to manually adjust your carbs, protein, and fat to the ratio that it is in your nutrition plan, or at least as close to it as possible. So the best way to do that is to go here, and you can see it pops up, and you're going to change your protein to around 30%, and that means you'll have to pull down your carbs to 40 so that it equals 100. And that would be a lot closer to the macronutrient split that is probably on your nutrition plan. Now, once again, it won't be perfect, but it is a lot closer. And that is how you will go in and manually change your calories on MyFitnessPal. Right, next, actually tracking your food. As you can see here, if you click to the bottom where it says diary, that will bring up your food diary. This is where you're going to track all the food that you eat throughout the day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and water. Don't worry about the exercise tab. You don't need to do anything with it, and please don't touch it basically. So when it comes to scanning food, obviously you're going to go breakfast, you're going to hit add food. It's then going to give you the option to scan a meal, scan a barcode, quick add, my meals, my recipes, and my food. MyFitnessPal is strange in the sense of my phone lets me scan stuff without having the premium subscription, and some other people's version of the app do not let them use the barcode scanner. Now, you don't need to use the barcode scanner, but it does make things a lot easier when it comes to scanning foods. But MyFitnessPal has the widest variety of foods that you can have if you live in the UK and the US. It's okay when it comes to the variety of foods that it has in Europe, but it's the best if you live in the US and the UK. So you're literally going to go in and type for the exact food that you have. So let's say I have golden cow butter, which is a type of butter here in Northern Ireland. I'm sure it's a type of butter somewhere. And it's going to give you the one right here, which is the butter. So as you can see, the serving size is 100 grams. That's obviously not the serving size you're going to have. You're going to measure your food using a weighing scales. And let's say, for example, you get 34 grams of butter. Now, how do you track 34 grams of butter? As you can see, the serving size is 100, and it doesn't let you manually put in the exact serving size, but you're going to change the serving size to 1 gram. Now remember, you have to put in 34 grams, and you're going to change the number of servings to 34 because that is what 34 grams is going to represent. As you can see, after you enter the details manually, it will give you the calories, the fats, and the protein and the carbs. It will give you all your macronutrients, and you're going to hit the tick up in the right hand corner, which is going to log it to your breakfast. I've logged it twice there by accident. Let me delete that. And that is going to take away from your overall calorie total that's found at the top of the screen. And that is how you simply add and track foods in a very basic way. That is the easiest way to do it on MyFitnessPal. It's quick, it's easy, and it isn't as time consuming as you would think. So we're going to go back into add foods, and you're going to go to my meals. So where it says create a meal. Now for the most part, we all eat the same type of food, usually on a daily basis. So what you can do is, if you don't want to have to individually weigh out your food every single time, and you roughly have the same food, the same amount of the food with the same calories, and you cook it the same with the same ingredients, then you can add the food as a meal, and it will add it to your recipes. So that, for example, if you make spaghetti bolognese, you can come into your recipes and you'll see here it will say spaghetti bolognese, and you'll be able to click it, and it will add all the ingredients in that you've weighed out before and all the macronutrients, and it will add it to your food, so you can quickly add it in rather than having to weigh it out individually every single time. If, for example, there's a type of food that you cannot track because MyFitnessPal does not have it, you can enter the food itself into the MyFitnessPal database, and it will hold and store it for you, so it's there every single time you want to go in if you're eating that type of food quite frequently. You simply just come over and hit My Foods, the screen I'm on now, you hit Create Food, and you put in the brand name, description, serving size, and the servings per container, which is literally just how much of it you're actually having when you eat it. And it's as simple as that. After you do that, it will add it to the database, and it'll be there for you when you search it up again, and you can quickly add it in to your food diary. And that's how MyFitnessPal works, from tracking to manually adjusting your calories and your protein target to maybe adding in foods or creating recipes. MyFitnessPal is a great app. It is quite simple to get your head around once you get used to it, and hopefully this will make your life a hell of a lot easier.